Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are looking at a resource that could quite literally save you hundreds of hours of agonizing work. If you're an operations manager, a compliance officer, or maybe a business owner tasked with getting your company up to ISO 9001 standards, well, you already know the massive headache that's lying ahead, right? Let's be honest, preparing for an ISO audit is kind of viewed as the corporate equivalent of a root canal. It's just a daunting task. But what if you could just bypass the hardest part of it all? Today, we are exploring the Bizmanualz ISO 9001 Procedures for Quality Management Systems book. This explainer is specifically designed to unpack this done-for-you solution, and we're going to show you exactly what is inside this toolkit and how it provides compliance without all that overwhelming friction. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. First, we'll cover the ISO 9001 solution. Second, we'll take a look inside the quality manual. Third, we'll go over the editable time-saving templates, and finally, we'll wrap up with the guarantee and next steps.
Section 1. The ISO 9001 solution, or as I like to call it, escaping the blank page. Before we even look at the product itself, we really need to establish the massive operational pain point that it solves. Implementing a quality management system is just notorious for stalling out before it even really begins, and there's a very specific reason for that. So let me ask you this directly. Are you currently staring at a blinking cursor trying to figure out how to write ISO 9001 procedures from absolutely scratch? It is such an overwhelming, resource-draining task. I mean, the ISO 9001 standard is pretty straightforward in theory, right? But translating that standard into actual, functional daily procedures for your specific business, that is incredibly intimidating. It ties up your absolute best people in weeks of drafting, formatting, and second-guessing whether what they've written will actually pass an audit. It's just a massive bottleneck.
And that brings us to the solution. The Bizmanualz ISO 9001 Procedures book. It's billed as the complete toolkit. And honestly, what is truly staggering here is the price point. It's $99. I mean, just think about the labor cost of having your operations team spend just one afternoon drafting a single procedure. You've already blown way past $99. Framed against the thousands of dollars in lost labor and compliance delays, this product is really positioned as the ultimate ready-made shortcut for business owners and managers who need to get compliance done right now.
Let's move to Section 2 and see how this builds. Inside, the quality manual, unboxing the toolkit.
Now, it's one thing to know this toolkit exists, right? But it's another thing entirely to actually open it up and understand the sheer volume of ready-to-use material you're getting. We're talking over 400 pages of practical, hard-hitting documentation included in this manual. This isn't some flimsy pamphlet of vague suggestions, no way. This is a comprehensive, weighty resource designed to cover every single corner of the latest ISO 9001 standard. It is basically a massive injection of institutional knowledge straight into your company's bloodstream.
So what exactly makes up those 400 pages? Well, here is where the heavy lifting is completely done for you. The manual provides 23 specific, ready-to-use ISO 9001 procedures, and we are talking about fully drafted documents for things like document control, internal audits, and corrective action. You also get a complete sample quality manual, which acts as your foundational blueprint. And on top of all that, it includes detailed job descriptions and step-by-step guidelines to help you develop your own tailored quality management system. You literally don't have to guess what compliance looks like or who is responsible for what. The whole architecture is already built for you.
And hey, let's talk about the lifeblood of any audit, the paperwork. This package includes 58 example quality forms. If you've ever been through an ISO audit, you know that forms are the exact evidence auditors are looking for. Having 58 pre-built forms ready for immediate integration means you're covering every necessary angle. And importantly, the source material notes that these are designed for any organization, completely regardless of your size or industry type. They are universally applicable, which is a huge plus.
All right, Section 3. Editable time-saving templates, the mechanics of saving time.
And this brilliantly illustrates a choice that every compliance manager faces. You can start from scratch, which means weeks of tedious writing and a very high compliance risk, because let's face it, you're basically guessing what the auditor wants. Or you can use the Bizmanualz templates for an instant setup using verified procedures. It really is a stark contrast between agonizing friction on one side and accelerated momentum on the other.
And the absolute key to that momentum is the digital delivery. When you pick up this set, you get an instant download. You're not waiting around for shipping. But more importantly, these documents are delivered as editable Microsoft Word formats. Now, why does that matter? Well, because MS Word is the universal language of business. You don't need to learn some complex new software platform. You literally just open the document, customize it immediately to fit your company's specific workflow, and boom, you are up and running. It's fully adaptable to your reality on day one.
Now here's a really crucial point for any focused learner reviewing this. You need to be able to trust the source material. And the Bizmanualz documentation isn't just hastily thrown together. This content is written by knowledgeable technical writers and rigorously reviewed by experienced quality auditors. You are essentially renting the brains of compliance experts for a tiny fraction of what they would normally charge per hour. And honestly, that gives you incredible peace of mind when audit day finally arrives.
Moving on to our final section, Section 4, Guarantee and Next Steps, which is your call to action. So we've seen what's inside this massive 400-plus page toolkit, and we've seen how the editable Word documents allow for instant implementation. To really summarize that core value proposition, I want to read a quote directly from the source material, because I think it just hits the nail on the head regarding the entire philosophy of this product. It says, "You don't need to start writing your ISO 9001 quality procedures from scratch. It's already been done for you." That right there is the ultimate time-saving benefit. It is a total paradigm shift from "we have to build this" to "we just have to customize this."
And look, if there's any hesitation at all about whether these 23 procedures and 58 forms will actually fit your specific business, Bizmanualz completely removes the risk. The whole product is backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can download the MS Word templates, review the job descriptions and guidelines, and if it doesn't instantly save you time and clarify your path to ISO 9001 compliance, well, your investment is completely protected.
So it really boils down to this crucial point. What is your time actually worth? Every single day, your team spends formatting blank documents and trying to interpret dense ISO standards is a day of lost productivity. Stop wasting time. You can get your customizable instant download manual today at bizmanualz.com. And I'll leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. If the exact procedures and forms you need already exist for just $99, how many hours and dollars are you willing to waste this week by not using them? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Now go get your compliance sorted.